Hey guys, it's Kathleen. Welcome back to my channel. So today it's hotter than it's been for quite a while. The weatherman said it's supposed to feel like 105 today, so I don't really want to go outside. So you know what that means. Time to craft. So today I figured it's technically going to be fall soon. And I don't really have any good fall decorations besides the pumpkin pot for my plant that I made. Go check out that video, link is in the description. I thought might as well make some pillows because I love a good pillow. A lot of people love good pillow. So I went on Pinterest, looked up some fall inspired DIY pillows, and they didn't have any that I really liked. I mean, they had some cute ones like pumpkins and apples and all that stuff. That was really cute, but I was like, none of these really fit with like my aesthetic. So I figured I'd do some like maple leaf pillows because I hadn't seen anyone do that before, and sounds like a really cute idea. So I'm gonna do it. So if you want to see how I made these pillows, keep on watching. So we have our materials. I have 4 different colors of fabric: red, green, yellow, and orange, to resemble all the colors of the leaves during the fall. Then I have a painter's marker. Make sure whatever painter's marker you get, it works on fabric, because we're going to be using it on fabric, obviously. And I got the gold color with a fine tip, just because I thought gold would look cool for the veins. A Sharpie, pins, pair of scissors, tissue paper, and a big old bag of polyfill. I have 2 bags of polyfill, just in case. So let's get started. Okay, to start, take my tissue paper, and what you're gonna do is look up an image of a leaf of any kind. I'm gonna use a maple leaf just because I like maple leaves the best. And what you're gonna do is just sketch it out on the tissue paper, because tissue paper will be the easiest thing to use for a plan. And with the magic of editing, I have one that's already done. Wow, woo. So then you're gonna take your fabric. I got a yard of each color, but I think that's gonna be like more than enough, so you could probably make 2 pillows out of each yard. So you'll take the fabric, and then you lay it out. Make sure the edges are lined up. Make sure everything's flattened out. And then you fold it over like this. Line it up with your pattern to make sure you have enough space, and then you'll take your pins and line up the folded edge of your pattern to the edge of the fabric and then pin it in place. So what I did was I just drew half the leaf, because it'd be a lot easier to just have the fabric folded and cut it in half than to try to cut out a whole leaf all at once. What you're gonna want to do is make sure you pin all the sharp edges of the leaf, because when you cut it out, those will be the areas that are most likely gonna want to get away from you. Alright, it's all pinned now, so what you're gonna do is just follow the line of the pattern. Alright, the red leaf is all cut out, so I'm just gonna unpin it and use this pattern to cut out all of my other leaves. Okay, there are all of our leaves done, and now we'll move to the sewing machine. Alright, so I moved over to my mom's craft table. I'm gonna take some pins. What I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna start at the top, is take the pin and pin together the 2 pieces right there. Not too close to the edges, because when you sew, you don't want to have to run the needle over, because that might mess up the sewing machine. And you're going to do that on all of the points. The next step is to mark out where you're not going to sew, so you have space to stuff your pillow. And you're going to do it from right about here, a little bit a ways from the center, and then a little bit right here. So you have this little area from there to there that isn't going to be sewn. So I just got a literal 5-minute sewing lesson from my mom, since she's the seamstress of the family. And she said what you're going to want to do is line up the outer foot with the outer edge of the fabric, so you have a smaller seams edge, and then you just sew just a little bit, and then you're gonna back it up and go backwards a little bit, and then you go forward again, and run right off the edge by going back and forth over your edge right here. My mom says it'll keep the edges from tearing apart. Okay, I had to switch angles since mom just informed me I am sewing wrong. So what you're gonna do is just do like I said and follow along the edges. And you go backwards, and then you go forward again because you're starting the seam. And then you just turn the fabric as you go, and you go right off the end, and you cut it. The reason you go off the edge when you get to the points is because when you go back over, you're going to cross it over and it'll come at a point. So when you flip the pillow around and poke out the edges, it'll have the sharp edges to the pillow, and it will lock your stitches into place. Have it crossed over right there, and you're going to do that for the entire pillow. Okay, now that this is all sewed, you want to flip it this over and make sure that all your seams on the back are there, just to ensure that it did sew properly. One thing I forgot to mention, what you're going to do with this little bit that you didn't sew, you're going to fold the edges over so you have it kind of like this, where both the sides are folded over, and then you rub it against the corner of a table or something. So you just kind of, I can't do it one-handed, but you get what I mean. So you just take it and you kind of rub it along the edge to make sure that is folded over, because you're going to need to sew that in the end so the stuffing all stays in. Alright, the next step is to turn your pillow right side out. So what you're going to do is, you could take these little stuffing rods that come in the polyfill packages, but as you can see, this old paintbrush has a much thinner tip. So you're going to use this. You're just going to start turning it inside out. Don't be too, fancy with it in the beginning, because all you basically want to do is get it turned the right way out. Now that you have it mostly turned right side too, you're going to take your paintbrush and you're going to just run it along the edges to make sure you get all the points out. Use a little bit of oomph to it, but not too much, because you don't want to ruin your seams. And there you go. Once you think you have all your points out, just compare the two sides together, and you can see how this side has the 2 points, but this one only has 1. So clearly I'm missing both this bottom point and the one right here in the middle. There. And there you have it all turned right side too. Now don't worry about this little bit of puckering. Once you stuff your pillow, it'll look normal. Okay, the next step is to draw veins on the leaf. As you can see in the picture that I'm gonna use, there's veins in the maple leaf, so I'm just gonna, just wing it, I guess. In the picture, it starts at the middle and goes straight up, so I'm just gonna... Okay, I'm gonna stop there because I think that's enough veins. But you're gonna let this dry, do it on the other side, and then do it to all the rest of your pillows. Okay, Alright, our next step is to stuff these pillows. So you're just gonna take your polyfill and you're gonna stuff it. Use your little tool to help get it all up in there and stuff it however full you want. You can make it super stuffed or you can leave it a little bit looser. Totally up to you. So once you have most of your filling in, you're gonna take your little dowel and you're gonna stuff some of the stuffing up into the edges because you want to make sure that those are filled just as well. Alright, so the final step is to close up the hole that we used to stuff the pillow. So you take your needle and thread, tie it off at the bottom, and then you're going to come up underneath here, right about there, like right where the seam is where we sewed the whole thing together. Pull it through, then we'll go back here, and you see where we folded over the edges. We're going to take our needle here, put it in at the top of the fold, go down, in, and out, and then pull it through, and then right across from it on the other side we'll do the same thing. So you go down, in, over, and up again, and then you pull, making sure you don't cross over the thread. So it's like that. You just pull it just like that, and then you do that for the entire length of the opening. Once you've gotten to the end of it, you're going to take your thread and you're just going to hold the end here and then pull thread tight. And see how you can barely see the thread except for right there? This is called a blind stitch because you can't see the thread through it. So now to end it, all you do is you take your needle, go through here right at the seam, make like a little loop, and you stick your needle through, and you pull it. You take some scissors and cut the thread, and you're done. I think they turned out pretty cute. I mean, look at them. So cute. And I really like how the little veins came out with the gold marker. I thought that was much better than like a black. So glad I went with the gold. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to see more content from me. I post every Monday and Thursday. And yeah, hope you guys have a great day and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!